Hello, Coach Tyron Lue.
Hold on for a second.
What does that mean?
No, hold on, BT. I'm sorry, I had something in my mouth.
Come on, man. Grow up, please.
Sorry, BT. I had a mint in my mouth, BT.
Yeah, what in your mouth?
Mint. I'm sorry. I'm ready.
Okay, man. I'm gonna call your mom and tell her how you acting around here. Look, when you decided not to start Zoo and Pat, what kind of conversation did you have with them, and how were they receiving that?
In the Dallas series,
Yes.
they were great. Those two guys are winners. Whatever it takes to win, they're on board. And every time we had a timeout, every time we made an adjustment, Pat Beverly and Zoo came to the coaching staff in our circle, like what we're doing. They go back, relay the message to the guys, make sure everyone's on the same page. And they knew their time was coming. And to win a championship or to win at a high level, you need those kind of guys that understand and going to buy into the team first. And those two guys are definitely there.
You get pride out of the fact that they just stayed ready. Now we look at game 3, how impressive both of them were.
Yeah, I mean, just, Zoo's young, but he's a veteran now. Pat Beverly's been a vet in this league, and he's grinding his way to where he's at today. So he understands the hard work and dedication, and you have to stay ready. You never know when your number is called, but those two guys being a starter all season long, and not playing in the Dallas series. Going back to the Utah series, but Zoo didn't play a lot either. He didn't play that much, but Pat started playing more the last 4 games. But those guys are professionals. They stay ready, and like I said, I'm just happy to get an opportunity now, and they're playing well.
Thank you.
Thanks, Brad. We'll go to Rachel.
Sorry, I was muted. Hey, Ty. When guys are injured or as you were just saying with Zoo and Pat, like not playing for some reason, what they can give the team just on the sideline or in the locker room is so important. What have you noticed about the particular kind of advice or things that Kawhi talks about to either his teammates or to you guys at halftimes or practices or whenever he is around the team?
Well, Kawhi and Serge both have been great. Serge defensively of just, making sure guys are in the right spots, making sure guys are helping each other. He's big on that, on team defense. Kawhi's just more, everything, offense, defense, moving the basketball, how we can attack certain matchups, defensively, how we can, do different things on certain players. So he's always engaged on both ends. And Serge is more so defensive, helping your teammates, being the low man protection and all that type of stuff. But having 2 veteran guys who won championships and understands what it takes, and both of those guys being out and just being, still being for the team, every single day, every practice, in the locker room before the games, after the games, has been huge for us.
With Kawhi, is it more technique or scheme? Like on an individual sort of put your hand here, or is it more about, hey, we should be defending someone this way?
More scheme.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Thanks, Rachel. We'll go to Tomer.
Hey, Ty, good to see you. Marcus was kind of like a backup 5 for you guys yesterday. I know it wasn't planned out to be that way, but did it work out kind of better than maybe you may have hoped with Terrence starting on CP and Pat on Book, and then Marcus is the backup 5?
Well, it did work out better, but, we was going to the game thinking it was going to get Marcus out early so he could come back, and be the backup 5. But, with his knee situation and not knowing if he's going to be able to play or not, and, pretty much happened late, like probably 30 minutes on the clock before we knew that he wasn't going to be able to start. And we just went with T-Man. I thought it'd be good for him to put him on CP, the length, picking him up full court. That way PG can just, kind of guard Bridges, a guy who's going to stand and shoot. Not a lot of pick and rolls and things like that because, like I said, PG's load has been high, and he's been having to do a lot with his team. Like last night, 15 rebounds, making the plays and stuff like that. So that start was really good for us.
Devin described your defense as, junk defense and maybe trying to take him out. How would you describe you guys' defense the last 2 games?
I just think physicality. I think ball pressure. I think staying on bodies, hitting bodies, being physical. That's our mindset. That's who we have to be, every night. And, the first game, I thought he did a great job, me and Devin, of just, picking our blitzes apart, picking our fires apart, but then also scoring the basketball as well. So we couldn't give him everything. So we decided to start, Zoo and Pat and try some things different. And the last 2 games, they've been pretty good.
Thanks, Ty.
Thanks, Tomer. And the last question we'll take from Ohm.
Hey, Ty, is Kawhi out for tomorrow?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And Marcus will probably still be, is that still kind of like a game time thing?
Yes, it is.
Um,
Seeing him yet today, but we'll see how he's feeling.
I want to ask you one question about adjustments. And I don't know if it's as simple black and white to ask this, but like, how much of your adjustments is reacting to what happened in the previous game and like ideas and things that you went into the series wanting to use and you throwing it out there?
A little bit of both. You kind of go into the series, which we didn't have a lot of time in the game plan for. But you pretty much try to use the first game, to kind of see what they're trying to attack and how we can attack them, kind of see what their rotations are, try to get a flow of how they're trying to play their guys and when guys are coming in, when guys are going out the game. So it's just a lot of different variations that go into it. But, going into the series, you think of, a couple, 2 or 3 things that you can possibly do or try to do if they do certain things as well. So it's just kind of just trying to be, 2 or 3 steps ahead of your opponent when you can and kind of go from there.
How many things do you come into a series with that you end up never using? Like what percentage would that be of ideas that you had and you never end up getting to use?
Not that many, because, you don't want to do too much where you kind of fooling your team. Cleveland's a lot different than this team because we were together for 4 years and we pretty much worked on it for 4 years together of all the different things we can do defensively. This has been a different team, so I have to be different as well. And so I just found for our team, the more simple it is, the better it is for us. And you still can change, you still can adjust, you can still have different matchups, but just making it as simple as possible for our guys has been best for us so far.
Thanks, man.
Thanks for your time, Coach.
Thank you.
Thanks, everybody. We'll see you guys tomorrow pregame.